Good morning, everyone. SurfGal. Today we are doing another demo of one of the casual games that I like to play when I'm not recording. This is Storybook Brawl. It is an auto battler. I've played a couple of these before, and honestly, Storybook Brawl feels like something between Hearthstone and I can't remember the name, and that's awful. Underlords. So basically, you're drafting. It kind of works like a deck builder where you're drafting characters, trying to get sets, and there's a degree of randomness where it attacks the other units, but there's also a degree of logic with how you place your own units and how they place theirs. So, I am going to give this a shot. I don't want to... Sometimes you just have a bad draft. Sometimes you try too hard to get something and it just doesn't work. So I'm going to do my best here to get a good video of it. For the demo. So let's get started. Okay. So, first thing you do is choose a hero. You are given 4 heroes to choose from. You're guaranteed to get at least 2 that you have available, and the other 2 can potentially be locked ones, which you need to buy first. You can buy them using in-game currency, which is fairy dust, or real money, which is gems. You can generally get by with just fairy dust, and like I said, you always get at least 2 freebies. These give your starting health and a passive ability. Honestly, I don't like any of these 3. Jack's Giant is the best of the worst here. Characters in your front row have +2 health. So, we've got 2 rows. The characters that we put in the front row are going to have +2 health. Unfortunately, none of these are great. I'm just going to roll the dice. So we get 3 characters, or the options of 3 characters and a spell each turn. The characters will be of a level up to the current level that we have, and we will have gold. Well, it starts at 2 gold, and we get 1 extra gold per round. At each round, your units will bash into each other, and it starts out in the top left corner, moves to the bottom right, and your front row can only attack their front row to start with. And whoever has units left wins. If you win, you don't take damage. If you lose, you take damage equal to the number of units your opponent has left, plus their level. So 2 units plus level 2 is 4. Okay, we're going to grab a Mad Mem. We're going to use this free roll to get a new set of characters. And let's grab... I'm not loving any of these. Let's grab a Pollywoggle. Pollywoggle has Slay, which means it transforms, or which means when it kills an enemy, it transforms into a character that's 1 level higher than my. So it's going to become a level 3 unit if it kills something. Now, with this much power, there's a good chance that it kills something, and because it's now the top left, it gets to go before my other units, so there's a good chance it will attack right away. And it did die, but it did get the slay bonus there. And their Pollywoggle gets a slay bonus too, but we tie, so nobody takes damage. And we get upgraded to a Wretched Mummy. That's interesting. So that makes me think we can kind of go something like Evil Queen, Black Cat here, and start leaning into evil characters. We've already got several evil characters. There are multiple tribes throughout the game, so you're kind of trying to build a synergy around that. So in this case, Queen of Hearts gets a +2/+2 until the end of the round each time one of your evil characters dies. So all of our characters except Cinderella are evil. And the Black Cat, when it dies, will summon a second Black Cat. So that ends up with some really good synergy here. And that actually works very well with Jack's Giant, because instead of getting +2 health, we're effectively getting +4, because each of these are 2 units. And then I think, let's just grab this Turkish Delight. Because Cinderella only needs 1 more spell to upgrade. In order to upgrade characters, you either need to get 3 of a unit, so when we get our 3rd Mad Mim, when we get our 3rd Black Cat, they will upgrade, which upgrades the unit and gives you a treasure. Treasures give passive bonuses. There's also quest characters. When a quest character gets... they have specific requirements, so in this case cast 4 spells. When we accomplish that, she will upgrade, and we get a treasure. Cinderella's a really good one to get early because there's lots of decent spells that you can just toss out low level, and even if you need to swap her out, you can just leave her on your bench and get your 4 spells, get a free treasure, it's all good. So you can see here, these characters that kind of upgrade throughout the round can get very powerful very quickly. I think... I don't know how I feel about this. None of this is evil. I think let's go Queen's Grace. That's going to upgrade our Cinderella. None of those are good for us. So we're going to... Actually, let's take an extra gold per round. That's a good early game one. Then we're going to spend 1 gold to spin the wheel. Let's do another. We can't... Yeah, let's go 1 more. Not loving this. Okay, that's a Sporko. That's pretty good. +5 attack. But we'd have to get rid of something to do that. I think that's still worth it. It is also evil. It's a support character, so it gets bonuses +5 attack to the characters in front of it, which is, again, really good with those units that we're using currently. The Black Cats effectively get that bonus twice. Awesome. We got very lucky there. If Medusa had attacked our queen, we would have been in trouble. Okay, let's grab Bearded Vulture. He's kind of like the queen, except only or with any animals. So it works very well with Black Cat. I think at this point, let's bump him one. Just scroll through a couple more, and I'm not seeing anything great here. Time Flies could be good. They're very good with Bearded Vulture, and if we get a certain bonus, they could be good with Queen as well. The reason that they're good is basically they work kind of like Black Cat, where you get extra units out of them. This is not good with us. Since our stuff is about doing lots of little attacks, stuff like this that gets so we do 4 damage to it, it gets +4. It actually heals. It effectively heals itself and pumps anything else on the team. So we're gonna grab 2 of these. We're gonna swap this around. Guess, do we pivot into animals fully? And give up on the queen? Queen is not great long term. She's good short term. I think we do. So this is really just here as a body. It's an animal, so when it dies, it makes the vulture bigger. Black Cat are effectively 2 of those each, and then the Time Flies will also jump in and be another 1 each. And if the Time Flies show up over in one of these squares, they get the +5 from Sporko. So they get an extra boost. There are several things that we can get that will make that way better. Same thing with Black Cat, where summoning units, you can get basically. There are several units and several treasures and a hero that we are not using that are very good with summoned creatures. Geppetto is one of them. His stuff gets +4/+4 because he's level 4 currently whenever it summons. So he's doing the same thing we are with Time Flies, but we have a vulture and he doesn't. He is still using the queen, but you can see there the difference in power. Unfortunately, because this is ranged, we're going to be able to trade, but I'll take a tie there. Okay. Second vulture. And actually, I think at this point, we're pretty committed to this build. So let's put Princess Peep up here. Princess Peep summons 3 sheep, which are animals. So she kind of works like a Black Cat that can potentially get 2 more even. And I think let's go ahead and do this and grab a chicken. The gold chicken can sell for 2 gold instead of 1. So it's a good kind of placeholder. It's also an animal, technically, if we wanted it, but... And you can see how big our vultures are getting very quickly. And then we get 3 more sheep show up. And now we've got 2 30 power, 30 health units. And when one of them dies, it gives the other one +3. And we just eliminated the first person. And somebody else actually died there too. Okay, I think at this point... we are off Wretched Mummy. We're gonna grab Baby Bear. It's a 2/2 bear that when it dies, you summon a 4/4 Papa Bear, and when that dies, you summon a 6/6 Mama Bear. So this is effectively 3 units, which again bumps this very well. Second Princess Peep. Technically better than Black... Well, can be better than Black Cat. Black Cat's guaranteed to be 2. I think we'll leave it this as is currently. Let's rush a little bit here. Crap. +1/+1. Swap, swap. And I don't think I got the shrivel in time. The one downside when you have a full board and nothing else... Oh, crap. Well, several things here. One, we're very reliant on that vulture as our big hitter. We may still be able to pull through this, but with where we're at right now, we don't have a lot of power boosts. So that dragon has flying, which lets it hit the back row first, and that means that we just got wrecked. Skip that. Let's grab the donkey, because it's an animal at this point that can potentially summon something else. There we go. 3 big pigs. That is an animal that summons 3 animals. Very good. I'm gonna be a little greedy here. See if we can get set up for next time. Looks like that's a no. So there is a level 6 unit that is very good that we are currently hoping for. I'm also currently hoping that this Geppetto that we're against gets eliminated so he doesn't try and take them. All of these units are in the same pool together. So whatever we have, our opponents can't have, and vice versa. Like I think there's like 20-some copies of each one. Oh my gosh, it just... Stupid dragon. And the Medusa also finished off our unit. Stuff like this makes it very challenging because they have a lot of like synergies that specifically tech against what we're doing. No, we still lose. We didn't die, but we got pretty close. Same with Geppetto. Okay, we're gonna grab Crockbait as our spell. It just adds another... so Crockbait is... you swallow a character, and you get a 10/10 Captain Croc with last breath, summon the character I swallowed. So we're going to use it here. And this now becomes effectively the same as the baby bear, where it's 3 layers instead of just 2. See if we can find what we're looking for here. The third time flies. That's not actually what we want, because that means we're just summoning 1 time flies instead of 3. I guess we'll take Reduplicator. First thing you summon, you get an extra one. As long as they don't snipe our vulture, we should be okay. So that peep. Okay, awesome. So the Reduplicator, because that was the first time that those were open, meant that we got an extra Papa Bear, which has the additional thing of when this dies, summon Mama Bear. Which gets us an extra 2 units, effectively. And now you can see there, when the vulture doesn't get sniped in the first turn, it is very, very powerful. I wish we weren't eggs in one basket here, but it is what it is. When your front row is empty, fill it with cats. That's just going to give us a bunch more animals. It's kind of a one-time thing to give us a boost. Also worth noting here, you can see here who we're up against, and it is because there's an odd number of players left, it's against this Geppetto that died. So that can be good. Let's grab another 3 big pigs. That's another croc bait. Let's do this. And I'm actually going to hold that croc bait because that's really powerful with our setup. Can you stack a croc bait on a croc bait? I assume you can. Once again, this is a pretty solid setup that they've got. They just don't have the payoff that we do with the vulture. They're relying on their existing stuff, which is fine. But it's not as powerful. It's also less all in. But hey, we're alive and they're not, so that's... Slightly unfortunate with the cats coming against somebody who's already out, because that would have been a lot of damage. I think we go baby bear here. Three big pigs. Oh crap, I wasn't even paying attention. Bearstein is here, which is what we wanted. I guess at this point, let's go Monkey's Paw and pray. So that's going to give all of our units, including the ones we summon, +5/+5. we have to leave a spot open to do it. So the nice thing with that is it also means that we're going to get the first time something dies, even if we may actually get our time flies in early or get our duplicator early. I don't know which one. Oh crap, they've got 2 angries. This is going to be rough. The fact that we get the +5/+5 helps, but this is going to be nasty. All of their units are getting buffed because they've got Lordy and Tweedledee here, or Lordy and Angry. Lordy gives all of your dwarves bonuses based on how many dwarves you have, and Angry is whenever they survive damage, you get +2/+2 to all your dwarves, which, because we are the type of build we are, is very good against us. We're probably dead here. Yep. But we got a +4, or a top 4. 3rd place, actually. Which is a win. Honestly, I'm kind of just excited that you got to see the dwarves as well, because dwarves are really cool in that they don't usually go off that well, but when they do, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I feel like this was generally a success. Unfortunately, I can't click on any things or hover over them. So, this is a really good example of just how you can start in one place and kind of rotate based on what's available and come out with synergy. Honestly, if I had noticed the Bearstein, I think we would have come out ahead. Or we would have been more likely to, at least. It would have been interesting, at least. Let me scroll down here. So Bearstein, or Bearstein, gives your animals +2/+2. So all of our units would have gotten +2/+2. And when you summon an animal, double its attack and health. So, all of the stuff we summon is twice as big as it normally would be. So, this, with the stuff we were doing, would have been awesome. This is the level 6 I was hoping to get. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. If we had survived one more turn, we would have had that plus the big pigs. But as you can see, there's a lot going on here. There are different, there's the different tribes, which I didn't really go into super hard. There's animals, dragons I mentioned, treants, royals, which are princes and princesses. There's good and evil. There's dwarves, which kick their butt. There's mages, which are not super common at low levels, not as much synergy, but can get kind of crazy. A lot of the mage stuff is tied into casting spells. I mean, and then when you get into the high-end stuff, there's even stuff like when one of your characters triggers Slay, which means anytime, so +20/+20, anytime one of your other characters gets a Slay. There's stuff like, what's another good example? Echo Wood is just crazy. When another character gains attack or health, so do I. So if you think about like, I guess start with the build I was using. This would get the same buffs as the Bearded Vulture, plus each time, if I had that Bearstein, every animal doubles its health, and when it doubles its health, the Echo Wood gets that bonus as well. Think about the dwarves that we're fighting, though. Like how ridiculously huge those get. And this would get that bonus. Except instead of just getting it one time, because those were getting +2/+2 to each dwarf. This would get +2/+2 for each dwarf. So if you had 6 dwarves, this would get +12/+12 each time one of those angries got hit. It gets nuts. Yeah. There's a lot of really neat units. There's a lot of really neat synergies. It's still kind of being worked on, and these type of games are constantly evolving. There's some times where you'll, they'll release a new patch, and suddenly one of the units you'd been using all the time is gone, or nerfed, or buffed. But it's just a really fun, very casual deck building auto battler game. It's definitely something that I've enjoyed doing when I'm working on other things. It's a good second window game since you wait in between turns. When you're not talking for half an hour, you can do that a lot more easily. But yeah. And you don't have to win all the time. Only one person actually gets first place. They consider a win to be anything in the top half. And you can do that fairly reliably as long as you get good heroes or heroes that you enjoy working with, and you're good at adapting. And sometimes you just lose, and it's the card's fault, not yours. And sometimes it's your fault, and that's okay too. And sometimes you go to get your food out of the oven, and you miss a pick, and then you end up behind the entire rest of the game, and then you feel sad. Not that that ever happens. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show some of the other games that I play that I don't really play on stream. For various reasons. And this one is definitely one that's kind of grabbed me in the last few months. And I've put a lot more hours into it than I probably should have. But like I said, it's just such a good game that you don't have to put your full attention on. So it's great to do while you're, setting up maps for D&D games, or organizing your YouTube list, or maybe doing something actually productive and letting yourself get distracted. So yeah, it is also free to play. It's on Steam, so check it out if you're interested. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, please like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Especially on this one, I'm kind of experimenting with these casual one-offs just to show different games that I enjoy. If you like this sort of thing, let me know. If you like this game and you want to see more of it, let me know. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.